And what a way to start the week in terms of ADA. I woke up this morning, saw 76-cent ADA. Right now it's down in like the 73-cent range. And I have to say we're experiencing a lot of volatility while ADA is trying to figure out its direction here. We're very heavily stuck in between this range. We're trying to see if we are in fact going to make this next break to the upside. And there is a prominent analyst in the space that is expecting something really wild to happen in terms of ADA, and I 100% disagree with this. I want to share what this is with you guys. I'm Luckside. Welcome to the channel. If you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that bell again. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So I have to ask you guys, when was the last time you saw ADA this volatile? We're talking daily candles and wicks to the tune of 10% or higher, right? And really what we're doing right now is we're ranging very hard between this level of support, which is between 68 to 70 cents, and we're fighting this level of resistance, which is from 78 to 81 cents. All right. We've done this now the last few days. It's sucked. It's been nice, right? This may be a great time, obviously, if you're a day trader, to be taking advantage of these wild swings that we're seeing. And even if you guys do obviously want to trade on Margex, that's a great opportunity to do that too, because you can maximize the real possibilities there. Again, I'm just sitting with my long on ADA. I'm not touching it right now. It's up 1,250%. And again, if you guys want to use Margex, there is a referral link in the description below. Again, you can actually trade up to 50x leverage on ADA and up to 100x on many assets in the space. So what we're seeing now again is, do we have support? Is there enough resistance? Are we going to start getting into price discovery where, frankly, ADA, if it gets past $1, it has the potential to run up to like $1.50. All right. This isn't a guarantee. This isn't financial advice or anything like that. But there is actually someone prominent in this space that has been around for a while that's actually expecting ADA BTC dominance to go on the drop. Now, I'm sure you guys have heard of Benjamin Cohen. We've talked about him here on the channel before, and he has been a long time I don't want to say advocate, longtime advocate of ADA actually going down to this 400 sat range. This is something that he has actually called for from all the way back here. If you guys remember, I actually made a video about this back then. I said it wasn't happening. And then we obviously know that ADA BTC went on a big surge. It was doing quite well. And then we saw the huge drop off. Okay. So what he is saying and pointing out is that we're doing something very similar to 2020. What he points out is the November low, then the November high, saying that we did something very similar. We went on this nice surge in November, but then we came in following that with a new December low. And so that's what his expectations are right now. He's thinking that we're going to have another drop before ADA BTC starts going on a nice run again. And I'll get to the charts here in just a moment. But what he says is, if quantitative tightening were over, I'd be more inclined to say it does not have to drop again, since BTC dominance already hit 60%, which is actually where we were calling our top for BTC, right around that 60% range, and ADA BTC went to 470 sats, and his multi-year target was 400 sats. He said, but with quantitative tightening continuing and the DXY rallying, I don't think we can dismiss another drop by ADA BTC before the end of the year. Now, here's the thing. Do I think this ADA BTC pairing is going to drop back into that range? No, I don't believe that's going to happen at all. And in fact, there's a couple things working in ADA's favor here. First of all, again, like I mentioned earlier, ADA BTC should not have gotten this low in the first place. Unfortunately, ADA got a little weak after its initial surge. And the problem was that BTC stayed so strong. Okay. The interesting thing is that he talks about, alts being weak versus BTC. Alts not, or the total three, which is alts outside of Ethereum versus BTC, struggling to reach late 2020 levels. And a big part of this has to do actually with institutional money. It's not that alts have been weak. It's that institutional money has been so strong when it comes to BTC. If you guys think about it, right? For example, BlackRock buying $20 billion worth of BTC and basically refusing to unload. That's a pretty big thing for BTC. Okay. Alts, on the other hand, very retail driven, very sentiment driven. So in times of negativity, like even over the last several days, as we've dealt with some consolidation and BTC kind of being stuck around 90K right now, they're a little bit more, oh my gosh, are we going to retrace? Are we going to start dropping? Stuff like that, right? And that impacts alts in a lot bigger way than it does BTC because of the level of resilience of these large BTC holders. And there will be a time where that changes, but it's not yet. So here's the thing. In order for this ADA BTC to do what it did in 2020, which is going down and setting a lower low than what we experienced here in November, you need to see either ADA go on the significant drop down to basically half these prices, because right now ADA BTC is actually up at 815 sats. Or you'd have to see ADA BTC drop to like 40 cents and BTC rise to about 100K. And there's a big problem when it comes to that. Okay, we're now at this point where again this total 3 is in fact broken out. We're showing a lot of actually resilience up here. BTC dominance is slightly on the drop. We'll see if that trend continues. But you also have increased optics from people outside the space. So we're kind of on the verge now of basically the alt season takeoff. And why I'm mentioning this, and this is really important, is that each of these cycles, they tend to move back by about a month. Okay, they're slowly sliding and working their way backwards. And frankly, that wouldn't surprise me if that November dip for the ADA BTC pairing was in fact at the low. Okay, so excitement is on the rise, sentiment is on the rise. And the problem is now with what ADA's done over the last 2 weeks or so, the cat's kind of out of the bag. All right. We have a lot more excitement surrounding ADA than there was back here. This was frankly the time to do it when there was not a whole lot going on and people were kind of deaf to what was happening within the Cardano ecosystem. And now they're in fact paying attention, right? We've talked about obviously the potential use within the US government for voting. We talked about Charles Hoskinson helping shape regulation and obviously the future of crypto here in the US. We know about obviously SpaceX, we know about NASA, we know about all these things. And this is stuff now that people are actually listening to. Instead of falling on deaf ears, it's actually beginning to affect price. And this removal of supply has made ADA very volatile to the upside. Yes, there are some downside swings too, but I would find it very difficult to believe that ADA is going to do something similar to what it did in 2020 now with what we're experiencing. Maybe I'm wrong, right? Maybe we continue to see ADA go back down, but I would say right now it is much more likely that ADA is going to make this break at some point here to the upside. Maybe we get a retest on our liquidity gap. We'll see what happens. I hope that doesn't happen. But ADA is actually showing probably some of the most resilience we have seen in this market cycle. And it's happening at a faster rate. We're getting into heightened times of excitement. Alt season is going to be huge for assets like ADA. I've said even since the bear market cycle that ADA performs its best when retail is excited, when new flows are taking place, and all the signs right now are showing that that is about to happen in a big way. So I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on this. Do you think this ADA BTC dominance or ADA versus BTC is going to drop? Are we about to see another significant leg take hold here? But have a great day. Show your love below. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.